So, the autopsy is apparently saying that he has broken bones in his neck, so they're ruling it a suicide. But the DOJ says that they are investigating the irregularities, which I took to mean nothing, because no, they're not. The DOJ is headed by William Barr. They're not really looking into anything. But they said the bones broken in his neck were consistent with a way an older person's bones would break should they hang themselves. So, the investigation now is, did the two guards go to sleep? Were they asleep during his whatever, I guess, attempt at the suicide, or whatever happened to him? We'll just say that. But I'm not asking about did they go to sleep. I want to know what happened around the time that he supposedly was murdered or committed suicide. Because here's my thing. There's no way. And I can understand a person falling asleep on the night shift, but there's no way both of them went to sleep at the same time. Like, come on. Unless they were drugged, or unless they were just paid to say they were asleep. But two people did not go to sleep at the same time. So they have been on administrative leave. The warden, who is in charge, has been moved elsewhere. Why? So what's going on around the time this happened, around the time of his suicide? First card we get is the 10 of Wands. This is the burden card. So there's a burden here. Some sort of maybe hard work or some sort of something that weighs down. 7 of Pentacles is a collection. It's a investment. It's a harvest. It's a patience. It's a waiting on something. So the World. Completion. Crossed by 2 of Swords, indecision, crossroads, 2 of Wands at the base, preparation, strength, 5 of Wands is bickering, fighting, politics, 6 of Swords is a transition, the Knight of Cups is the Knight in Shining Armor, the idealistic offers. Ace of Cups is the new relationship. The Knight of Swords is hectic and chaotic energy. Queen of Wands, there's a woman there. Wheel of Fortune is your warning, so time and inevitability. Changing of the fortune. 5 of Pentacles, hardship, and 3 of Cups is an alliance or a celebration of some sort. Along with the 7 of Pentacles, harvest. So, I'm asking what happened around that time. 2 guards were not asleep at the same time. Wide awake. So there's a burden in the world. So there's a burden around the plan being complete. How do we do this? How do we pull this off? Indecision. I don't know. What do you suggest? 2 of Wands, there's a plan. Plan's off the ground. They're just preparing for the action. Preparing for the completion. There's strength in the plan. They know exactly how to pull this off. They know exactly where everybody will be at the time. There is some politics and some bickering and some fighting. And then there is a carrying out of the plan. So there's a transition into a smoother one. There are some offers being made to people that seemed better than they actually are. I'll give you this $10,000 if you say you were asleep. Because there's a new relationship here. The Knight of Swords is hectic and chaotic energy around the Queen of Swords, which is sort of a... The Queen of Swords in this case is a air sign person who is watching over, or who is presiding over. So it could be a Barb, but he's a Gemini. Let's say it's Barb. So there's hectic energy around, but it's hectic energy around the authority. So not necessarily him. So it could be the warden. So it's like a hectic energy around at the time. So at the time this is going on, they are aware of what is happening. They're just choosing not to do anything about it. The Wheel of Fortune, changing of the fate, and hardship. So this is going to play out to be something that they didn't expect on, which is why the offer is better than it actually is, or looks better than it actually is. The Seven of Pentacles, the investment, and the Three of Cups, the alliance. So one guard or two guards and one warden. They were in on it, yes, but they were not asleep. Like there was no sleeping at the wheel here. So they knew. Seven of Wands, defending, higher ground. Everybody knew. Everybody who needed to know knew. This wasn't a shock, it wasn't a surprise. Except to the rest of us.